welcome to my channel. This is Vicki from Houston. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. I have not taped a video in a hot minute. It's been over a week and I have been so busy, and I'm going to share with you what I have been doing. And then I also want to share with you what I do on a day when I plan on being in the sun all day. So please join me on this journey for us to see what we should do when we know that we're going to be in the sun for a whole day. This doesn't just apply when you're planning a day at the beach, but it can be used for all other kind of days. Just a day where you know that you're going to be in the sun a lot. And yes, it's always a great idea to wear hats, which I'm going to share with you a couple of hats that I use. I do not get up, run a brush through my hair, and grab a bathing suit and a cover up and stick them in a bag and go to Galveston. That's not good planning, and I do not do that. I put lots of layers on my skin, and so that's what I want to share with you today. And then I also want to talk to you about what I've been doing for the last week. So let's get started. If this is your first time, I just spit on myself. If this is your first time joining me, thank you so much. My name is Vicki. I live in Houston. I retired about a year and a half ago with a major oil company, and I have been wanting to do YouTube for a long time. So that's what I've been doing for the last year. But let's get started. During the course of this video, you're going to see pictures pop up, and it will kind of show you what kept me busy for the last couple of weeks. I had a surprise birthday party for my mom. She turned 82, and a lot of the family had not seen her in over a year due to COVID requirements at her rehab and nursing home where she stays. I did go to the window, and her grandkids went to the window and friends. But as far as being able to touch her and see her and really have a birthday party for her, we could not do that last year. I know my parents and myself and my mom, we have all had both vaccines, so that made us feel a little bit better about all of us getting together. We were very careful. We did try to social distance, but here in Texas, things are lightening up a little bit, and it was absolutely wonderful to plan a birthday party and to have everybody in my house. We had lots of food. We had cake and cupcakes, and you'll see pictures of all that. And it was a surprise for my mom. She knew she was going to get to come to the house for that day, but I brought her in and sat her down, and then everybody started arriving. We just had a blast, and I know she felt like it was a blessing to be out of there for the day and to get to see all of her family. It was just a lovely day. That explains the pictures that are going to pop up. And if you can tell, I have no makeup on. And my hair is growing. I know if you've watched my last couple of videos, I am really trying really hard to let my pixie grow out. Oh, it is so painful. But I've got it pulled back right now because I'm going to show you some stuff I put on my face, and I'll pull it down when I get finished. But it's growing, and it's growing fast, but it is still really painful and very difficult to grow a pixie out. And, as long as you can check back with every video, and you may see it getting longer and longer, but don't freak out if you see me in the next couple of weeks and it's back to a pixie, because if I get sick of it enough and it won't do anything, I have a tendency to go to the beauty shop and go, oh no, I can't stand it anymore. Let's just cut it off. So, don't be surprised. So let's get started talking about a day in the sun. So the first thing that we want to talk about as far as a day in the sun is you not only want to take care of your face, which is mostly what we're going to talk about today, but also remember to take care of your body. Any parts of your body that are going to be in the sun, please use sunscreen. They have sunscreens, creams, they have gels, they have spray-ons. They have all kinds now. I think I have a banana boat cream that I usually take with me if we're going out for the day, especially if we're going close to the water or to the beach. And I think it's a banana boat 70. And so make sure that you take something like that. So the first thing I always think about when I plan in a day in the sun is I think about putting on layers. I like to put a little bit of, maybe a little bit of blush on, a little bit of sunscreen that has a little bit of color to it. And I like to put a little bit of lipstick maybe that has a little bit of shine to it, that has an SPF. So that's what we're gonna do today. I have already, I don't know if you can tell, but I have already put my serums on, all my moisturizers on. So now, the first thing that I do is I take my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation, and this is what? This is Medium Warm 32. I'll put all the colors and all the information about the products down below, but I usually take this and I mix it 50-50 with my Elta MD. This is UV Elements Broad Spectrum SPF 44, and I take 1 pump of the IT Cosmetics, and I take 1 pump of the Elta MD, and I mix them together. And we are just going to do this with our hands today. I guess you could, and I have a mirror over here that I'm going to look at too. But I really like this foundation. This foundation is a really good foundation, and it mixes really well with sunscreen, I have found. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to, and if you wanted to use a sponge, you could, put some sunscreen on your ears too. So that is pretty much rubbed in. It's a pretty color, it looks good. So that is our first layer, and I'm actually taking that above and underneath my eyes because you want that sunscreen protection in both of those places. So then I take my Garnier Clear Brighter Anti-Dark Circle Eye Roller, and that does not have any SPF in it, but it just kind of lightens underneath my eyes, and it just gives me more moisturizer. And you've already, of course, put a little bit of sunscreen underneath there, and I just feel like that helps cover up my dark circles. The next thing that I do is I have the Australian Gold, I hope you can see it. There you can. Australian Gold 70 SPF Botanical Sunscreen, and I talk about this almost in every video. So this is a great sunscreen, and it has a really light cast to it, and I really like that underneath my eyes, and it kind of brightens up underneath there. Plus there's another layer. So we've already got 1 layer of SPF all over our face, and now we're adding another layer of SPF above and below our eyes, and plus at the same time we're also getting a little bit of brightness. Some of the steps that we're going to take in just a minute will really keep this on your face for the whole day. If after you put that sunscreen underneath your eyes, if you still want a little bit of brightness, you have really bad circles, you stayed out the night before, which I did not, but you can add a little bit of concealer, and that's not going to hurt anything. Plus it's just another layer. Now our whole face and our under eyes are protected. So our next layer is going to be a powder. This is the Color Science Sunforgettable Brush On Sunscreen. I don't know if you've tried this. Several companies have powder sunscreen. I know I bought one at Ulta a couple of years ago, and I can't remember what the name of it was. It was in a pink box, and I opened it up and powder went everywhere. I hated that thing. I got this off of Amazon, and I'll put a link below. This is the Color Science Water Resistance up to 80 Minutes Loose Mineral Sunscreen, and this is SPF 30, and this is medium. I probably could have used a little bit darker, and I may order the next one, which is medium dark. So what I usually do to make this powder come out, I don't know if this is really, I think the directions say this, is this is how it comes out of the box, and you just take all the plastic off of it. And I just knock it a couple of times to make sure that powder goes into the little brush part. Push that part down, and then you should be able to see that you have powder. And you can do this, or you can kind of swirl it around. So if you think about it, this is our third layer that we're putting on. I usually take this with me, but if you haven't tried one of these brush-on sunscreen powders, try one because they are really great. Now, your face has got protection on it. It's got sunscreen on it. Would you like to add a little bit of color to your face? I do. So you can add a little bit of blush. You just want to add a little bit of color to your face. But I do want to add a little bit of bronzer. This is Clinique, a new bronzer from Clinique. I love this stuff. If you want to do a little bit on the side of your nose. Then you can add a little bit of highlighter. I usually put a little bit of highlighter there and there. Now, this very same bronzer that I used on my face, I usually will just take my finger and put a little bit on my eyelid. And it just gives me a little bit of color. You can also take a brush and put a little bit in your crease. I'm not going to put any eyeliner. Can you tell that my eyelashes are still on? They still are there. They're still doing great. It's been great fun having them. I think they're really beautiful. So I am going to put myself a little bit of waterproof mascara, and I'm not going to put very much. And I'm going to put just a little bit up here, not very much. And I am going to fill in my eyebrows just a little tiny bit. Of course, y'all know my eyebrows are, it's hard to talk and do this. Y'all know my eyebrows are microbladed or tattooed on there. So I don't really have to do a whole lot, which I love them. Just love them, love them. You really don't have to do that much to them. One of the last things that I do is I also have several lip glosses and lip balms that have SPF in them. And I start off the day by putting that on my lips. I don't usually use lipstick, but I do put some balms. This one that I bought at Walgreens is called, what is it called? Let's see. It's called Perfect Tone SPF 15 Lip Gloss, and it is in Pink Haze. It's just a really pretty lip gloss. And then over it, I usually put Blistex. And this is just, what is this called? Blistex Soft and Lush SPF 15. So now my lips also have SPF, and I will take that with me. That is the routine that I do just to get ready to go out and spend the day in the sun. I'm going to switch the camera off, and I'm going to go get a couple of hats, and I'm going to take my hair down, and then I'll finish out this video. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. And I did find those hats, and I got my hair pulled down. It is really growing. I guess I'm going to get used to it. It's just going to take a while. But the last product that I wanted to talk to you about before I show you a couple of hats and I get out of here is I wanted to show you this Australian Gold Instant Bronzer. It's an SPF of 30. It's water resistance up to 80 minutes. And it is another layer that you could put on. Of course, we know we put the cream, we put the powder. This is a bronzer that you can use, and I actually kind of have been using it as a setting spray. You can get all your products on your face in your powder, And if you're gonna go out in the sun, you can actually use this as a setting spray. And it's a very, very fine mist. And it does actually give you just a little bit of a glow on your face, but that's another product that gives us just another layer. I try not to get it in my mouth. I can taste it a little bit now. I think that's all the products. So, you know, the main thing we have to remember is layers, layers, layers. We don't want the sun touching our skin. It is always a great idea to take a hat, we all know that, to the beach or when you're gonna be out all day in the sun. I have visors. This is the first thing I was gonna show you. I have these visors and you can get them anywhere. I wear them all the time. And also if I have a day that my hair looks like crap, I put these on, it's great. I also have a couple of hats and I wear these and I love the hats. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. I guess the main thing it comes down to is that when you're going to spend a day out in the sun, make sure that you take care of your body and your face. Like I said, body should have an SPF of 70 all over it, and your face should have lots of layers. Start out with your serums, do your moisturizers, and then start with layers of SPF. Try to find a foundation that has SPF, wear SPF under it, or mix them together like I do. Then try to find a powder that has SPF. I do not have a blush that has SPF, but I wish I did. I may look for that. And then the last thing is remember that your lips are going to be dry and going to be in the sun too. And so try to find you some kind of a lip gloss or a lip balm that have SPF. All the products that I use today, I will put in the section below so that you can see where I found them and how much they were. And I hope you enjoy the pictures of our birthday party that we had last week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm getting more subscribers all the time and I'm thrilled. And thank you so much for watching. And if you are not a subscriber and you enjoyed this video, please think about subscribing to my channel. I would love it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, just hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell, the little notification bell, and click on all. And you'll be notified of all my videos that are coming out. I so appreciate it. Get ready to go to the beach. Summer is coming. And make sure you take your SPF. Don't forget a hat, a towel, something to drink. Stay hydrated and have a blast in the sun. Talk to you later, guys. Bye from Houston. See you next time.